Hi, so this is the Hayneedle Belham living Bartlett console table with panels. It's an assembly guide. Here's the parts. It's not a lot of parts, 4 legs and 2 tables. Instead of using the Allen wrench, I used a ratchet screwdriver with an Allen wrench attachment that fits in the screws. The first part of this assembly is putting the legs in. Now the legs have grooves cut into them, and you put the part where the groove is all the way in the end into the A panel, the top part, just like I showed you. Now when you put the washers on, put the lock washer, the small one, closest to the head of the screw, and then the bigger washer second, just like I'm showing you here, and then you just hand screw it in. After hand screwing it in, I use the ratchet screwdriver to drive the rest of it in. So then you do the second leg on the same side, the same length, and the reason for this is you're going to lean the table up after you put this leg in, so it's on its side, because you have to put the other panel on. I'll show you in a minute. See how I put it on the side there with the legs on the ground? Then you put the bottom panel on, which is labeled B, I think. And just make sure it goes. You know what? This is really nicely engineered. Everything went in real easy. I mean, it's really just slides right in. Just fit it in there good. I hand tighten the screws and then ratchet them in with the screwdriver. If you're using the Allen wrench, good luck. Hurt your fingers after a while. But I mean, it works. If you're not using that Allen wrench, by the way, be careful when you're ratcheting it. You could strip this. I mean, it takes some good torque. You can crank it down, but if you use your superpowers, you could break it. So you try not to be a crazy person with tightening this stuff in. Just snug it in decent. When it's all done and put together, you can snug them. Okay, so after those two pieces go into the bottom piece, you put the top legs. Well, it's not really the top, but it is now because it's on the side. And you saw how I fit it in there. It fits in pretty good. On these, maybe don't ratchet them in. Kind of tighten them a little bit, but leave it a little loose. Just so you have some play when tightening the other pieces. I mean, like I said, it's pretty well engineered and close, but it's still going to have a little bit of it might be a little bit off, and it'll be a little bit more difficult to screw it in if you crank them all down before. Whoops, I'm being attacked by a vicious pit bull dog. I'm lucky to have survived that attack. Alright, anyway, so again, putting the final legs on here, as you can see, and I'm not cranking it yet, although if this is the last leg, no, it's not. Okay, so here's the last leg. So I loosely tighten those legs. And you can see how well this fits in there. I gotta tell you, this is a really nicely engineered piece of furniture. The wood, it's real wood, which is unusual nowadays. And it's finished nicely. The engineering's nice on it. Putting it together is easy, which is not usually the case. I mean, almost makes an assembly guide pointless, but you never know. Somebody might not have it might not come with the instructions, and sometimes watching these videos is a little bit easier anyway. I understand that. So hey, I watch them all the time from other people. That's why I put them up, to help folks. Okay, so on this is the last leg. I think I'm going to crank the last leg down and then like start tightening the other ones up too. Yep. So after you crank that last leg, then you just tighten up the other ones. And it looks like we're winding down here once I'm done. Ooh, see how the wood's bending there? If you get real crazy, you could snap that bad boy. And I mean, I was tightening it pretty good. This is some sturdy stuff, but, you know, don't break it by being a crazy. And if you do, call them or something. They'll probably send you the piece you broke. I mean, there it is. Anyway, I hope it helped you guys. See ya.